It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Hello, all realists. Thank you for listening to Real FM. If you'd like to call our studio, here is the number. Call the direct line on 4533911, or you can WhatsApp call on 4879849. Call to participate, win prizes, request music, and interact with our announcers and DJs. Real FM, the People's Station. The People's Station.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Hello, all realists. Thank you for listening to Real.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Monday afternoon to you, everyone. Welcome to another program at the start of another week, and indeed at the start of another month. This is our first program for the month of March 2025. And remember, I told you that the 1st of March marked 3 years since we started the Real Issues on Real FM Radio, NBC Television, and on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live streaming. Our program, as you know, airs weekdays from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on the radio station, Real FM 91.3 for the North and 91.5 for the South. Also simulcasting on NBC Television, channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. And as I've just told you, we are on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live streaming. I'm your host and producer, Shelton Daniel, alongside our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you came out safe and unscathed. The same can be said of others, and that you were conditioning yourself, preparing yourself, equipping yourself, putting yourself in the frame of mind to have a great week, one that is in safety for yourself and for others. I don't know any other way that I can start. You know, very often media people are accused of sensationalizing blood and gore and, accidents and things of that kind. Those who have this unjustified, unfounded criticism, do they ever stop to think that maybe it is because the media people are themselves concerned about the importance, about the sanctity of life? That when a life is lost in any mishap, in a crime, in an accident, we don't consider it to be something respectful at all for you to push it way down the pile. That has to be top of the pile because a life has been lost. So maybe you might want to give media people credit, but I think you should, because it is precisely because we consider the loss of life to be so significant, to be something that should be of such importance and concern to all of us, that you have to give it headline treatment, not to sensationalize it, but to acknowledge the gravity of it. Condolences to the families of 3 people who perished in traffic accidents on the weekend. I mean, this is really, really grave. And I remember hearing about it, watching it on the news, and thinking to myself, my goodness, if it ain't one thing, it's another. If it's not the gunshots and the stabbings and the choppings and horrendous, 2 brothers, 2 sets of brothers losing their lives to their own siblings, in altercations. One of them really, to me, not making sense at all. At least you can see the brothers at Rose Hill, they were engaged in a fight. One was said to have a knife, the other one said to have a cutlass. But the incident at Oleon Dennery, where one man is said to have attacked his brother who was, as we might say, not paying him any mind, but running up to his brother with a rifle, discharging at least 2 shots, at him, hitting him, and when he falls, finishing him off with a cutlass. And what we're hearing by all indications, based upon what the deceased man's widow has to say, is that he had been trying to urge his brother to sell a boat that the brother owned to him, and the brother refused, and for that he said he would kill him. I have to say, for some reason, this just sounds fishy to me. It just sounds, not because it's a fishing boat, but no pun intended, it's sounding fishy to me. Something else has to have been going on there, unless someone with serious mental problems was out there walking, roaming among other people, including his own brother, and they didn't realize it. But we are told that 2 people perished in one traffic accident, and gruesome, gory, in fact. And when I saw the little video clip of the one at Sandy Beach in Vieux-Fort, where a man was lying on the ground with what appeared to be a serious head wound, my first reaction was that this looks like this man was shot in the head. It's a gunshot wound, but no, it's a motorcycle accident that he suffered a head wound from that motorcycle accident that looked like somebody had blown his brains out. I'm sorry for being so graphic. But people, I don't know. This matter of the accidents are just that, unforeseen occurrences. We don't know that they're coming. We can't see them coming. But I'm sure a lot of them are so easily avoidable. And, the things that people get involved in, you ask yourself, that you are on a 2-lane northbound carriageway, and the other 2-lane southbound carriageway separated by heavy concrete median barriers. When there is an accident, it just brings everything to a halt. The mere presence of the median barriers, even if they were to come to remove them, it means you have to come with some kind of crane or something. And how do you position, some lifting equipment to do that when the lanes are jam-packed with cars and minibuses and trucks and everything? To just get inside there to assuage the situation is almost impossible. Police getting there, emergency vehicles getting there, because it isn't like people are refusing to give way to the emergency vehicles. Traffic has just come to a grinding halt. And so anywhere there is an accident, beginning with that stretch of road from the VG roundabout and ending at the Shock roundabout, which there are median barriers all along, it's a problem. I don't even know if this isn't the scene of one of the accidents, because you couldn't get far enough past the Sunny Acres roundabout. Was it on no, I didn't go out Sunday evening, on Saturday evening or Friday evening. One of them, there was a big fire appliance there and so on. Complete roadblock, traffic jam, especially in the northbound lanes and so on. It was just absolutely horrible. And I don't know, I reached a point where I had been seeing fewer of the show-off bikers, as I call them. They seem to have made a resurgence. I'm seeing less of the people driving without headlights and on park lights. I don't know for how long, because one time you don't see them, they seem to cool out, and then another time, I was driving and someone had some weird kind of light, and I tell you, I could not see what vehicle had it. For a moment, I was just completely blinded. A bright light, and some vehicles, they higher than they. And you tell yourself, you're driving in this area, there's street lights and everything. Why do you need to have brights on anyway? So when they don't have their headlights on, which would be appropriate on dim, they have only park lights. Another time when they have headlights that are just so ridiculously bright. They don't seem to know that they have to dim those lights when they're approaching or other vehicles, which is almost continuously. There's just too much madness taking place on the road. Like I said, I believe I have been seeing a little improvement, but a little improvement is not enough. We have to do right. We have to drive properly. We have to, demonstrate concern for others. Today I'm going to open the phone lines very early because I know that we've just come out of a weekend. And on Friday, I don't think I took any calls. Did I get carried away, or was there just quite a lot legitimately to say? I don't know, but I did talk through the whole program. And when 2 o'clock was upon me, I wasn't surprised. So I want to give you the time to express yourself, to say what you have to say, the things that you're observing in the country. It doesn't have to be politics, by the way. I know the politics is what rankles and excites us the most much of the time, but we really don't need to make it always about the politics. I like the politics. I like to talk about it. I like to discuss it. But I have to tell you, apart from just liking it for the excitement of it, I'm concerned about my country. Even more concerned when I see what's happening internationally in the wider world. But we have our first call already. Oh, okay. Excuse me, what were you trying to tell me? Okay, all right. Okay, Jaquan did gesture towards me, and I thought maybe he was trying to tell me something, but that wasn't the case. But be that as it may, the telephone lines are open and the numbers to dial. You can WhatsApp call us on 487-9849. That's 487-9849. And you can also call us on our landline number, although I'm not seeing our landline phone anywhere near me, which is 4533911. It normally is here. Do we have it wired back into the board or something? All right, so we don't have to put the microphone by it. Hopefully that will take care of the problems that we've been having in terms of the calls being muffled, etc., etc. So 487-9849, that's the line on which you can WhatsApp call us, and 4533911. All right. So good afternoon to all of you who are on the someone says, I see you got back your real glasses. Nice. Oh, I've had them since Friday, so it means that you were not with us then, or you were there and you were not paying attention in class. But I've had the glasses since Friday. Let's see who else we have there. Be careful with the hand movements, Jaquan. They keep catching the corner of my eye, and I believe that you're trying to signal me something. Okay, so just watch it there. The real issues, is it already in the okay, let's see. All right. Okay, I was looking in the real issues WhatsApp chat group for it. Is that YouTube live streaming that I'm seeing that we are on there? Yes, we are. We are streaming live on YouTube. So to those of you who sometimes have problems, okay, there is the Facebook live also being shared in the Real Issues WhatsApp chat group. I always say I'm going to go to the Facebook live and then the time passes and I don't get to it. So let me say good afternoon to let me say good afternoon to Wiwin Isidore. I think this lady is from Vieux-Fort. Good afternoon to you, who says Mola Bonnet. Yes, indeed you are. Kayla Smith says good oink oink given to Denry North. Afternoon to all. And I suppose that's a reference to the endorsed candidate for Denry North being remembered. It looks like his greatest accomplishment where the UWP is concerned in acknowledging him is that he once gave a pig as a donation to the Christmas hamper drive in Denry North. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying to be acknowledging a man, how many years after? 4 years after? 3.5 years after, to acknowledge him for a pig that he gave and so on. Now, you don't want to put anybody down because it's a pig. I mean, they say it's really not the gift, but, the giving and the thought that's behind it. But when you go, a man is being launched as a candidate, an election candidate for a major political party, and you're going to make that a platform focus. That 4 years ago, he donated a pig to a hamper drive in the constituency, for which he was acknowledged by the constituency council. Folks, what you are doing there is some kind of implied ridicule. There is an implied... I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. That you are basically like devaluing this man. You're making it look like it's a pappy show. What's that about? But then again, I looked at it and I said, this is a minuscule example of the United Workers' Party falling into its own trap of whipochet. There's this thing where they say when you do something for somebody and you have to come back and tell them you didn't have food and I gave you food, they call it a whiposh. You have to whipochet the person. I think this seems to be a standard and stock feature of the United Workers' Party under Alan Chasney. There is always a kind of, and maybe this love of whiposh is what brings them back to saying, you know, do you understand the kind of political fodder that you expose a man to when you come and bring up something that happened? But then you have to do that to yourself. Because look at what you were trying to do to Jeremiah Norbert the other day. Bringing up something, I don't know what is the purpose, what is the technique, what is the game plan behind it, to claim that Jeremiah Norbert received assistance from the state when the government was held by the United Workers' Party, which he defeated in Miku North. What is the purpose of it? What do you hope to get out of it? And then you bring up this pig thing, and don't be surprised, you know, if this pig thing becomes a campaign ridicule against, you know, what's his name, Mr. Fulgence, Bradley Fulgence or something like that, you know. Don't be surprised if this thing becomes a campaign papi show. As they say, yokai tune monsieur we zib exactly sa. Ain't anything wrong with pig. We like pork in St. Lucia. We eat a lot of pork. It's delicious. You know. Oh, but what's that about? And that's what I find about United Workers' Party. Too much. It's like United Workers' Party does not have talking points. It's always about a whipoche and a méprisé, you know, and a mauvais langue, and talking violence. If they're not talking about violence in somewhere, about get angry and burn houses and go into Vieux-Fort, and any Labour Party man who comes to confront them with ammunition, is always about some obia, always about dark. Edmond Estefan talking about dark forces are what caused them to lose the election, and you know, and Guy Joseph, how Richard Frederick is a demon, and this and that, and is always some talk about Gage and Chembois and this kind of thing. What has happened to the United Workers' Party? There seems to be a considerable dumbing down of the whole discourse of that party. Poor Dominic Fede, I wonder if he was trying to sound like one of the sensible ones. I saw a little clip of him on a platform, his voice cracking like he has reverted back to his prepubescent years. You know, he's back at puberty when, you know, your voice is transitioning between, you know, the high pitch and the more, you know, a deep voice and so on that you get as manliness, you know, really begins to settle into. Dominic Fede was, you know, almost like something. I try not to laugh at that, but I wonder if it's because he was trying so hard to be, you know, to be sensible and so on. United Workers' Party is always a magie and what has happened? You know, when you have mercurial people who are only concerned about themselves, who are only concerned about sitting on top of an organization, even if they are suffocating it, but they know they just want to be in control. A lot of good people who probably could bring sensible conversation to your platforms and to your lives and so on, they're gone. When you have people seemingly with your encouragement, is always a personal thing, is always an ad hominem thing, is always in somebody's patchy had sal, they want to go down and to be méprising people and all of that. When you have people like that and you are encouraging them and they are your surrogates, they are your communications, you know, surrogates. They are your mouthpieces. But they don't seem to be able to engage the public, you know, discourse in any manner that speaks of any degree of dignity. Everything is always so infradig. And that is short for infradignitatem, a Latin term that means beneath my dignity or beneath one's dignity. You wonder whether those people have any sense of dignity, whatever about them, with the kind of things that they come and say. And you know, there is an association, an open and public association with them. I hate using, you know, déclassé again, because I noticed when I used it once to describe one of the UWP's leading surrogates, everybody seemed to have jumped on it and so on, and it was all over, you know, blah, blah, blah. But come on. What kind of discourse is coming out of a political party that is looking to position itself to return to office and to hold the reins of government of this country? Government and the people who comprise government, the politicians, the members of parliament, ministers and so on, they ought to be people who have a positive, uplifting and developmental impact on people. When they mount a platform, yes, there is entertainment. Yes, they make you laugh. Yes, there is papi showing opponents. Yes, there is tune wizib. There was a man who was once president of the Senate. He was once an MP for Vieux South called Henry Giraudy. He was a master at that. He was a master at Papi showing. I mean, when you found yourself on the receiving end of his tongue and he tumbled down for you, you had to be real good to come back. Otherwise, you just put your head down and think, But Henry Giraudy was an intelligent man. In between, the things he used to hurl at people and so on, and cuts you down. Henry Giraudy, you would learn something from him. There was genuine intelligence. He was a lawyer. But I don't know what's happened to the UWP now. Is Papi Show, is My Way, is Maji you're hearing from them relentlessly, non-stop, whether it's at a town hall, whether it's at a live. I really thought the defection of people like Samuel Bowers, Richard Frederick calls him Samuel Bowels. I really thought that the defection of people like that to UWP would bring a higher level of intelligence, of intellect, of savvy discourse and so on. Although I don't hear anything about him, I suppose reality has hit home that UWP ain't the bed of roses. It ain't any greener grass on the other side than you thought because you had a little fallout with Richard Frederick or whatever, that all of a sudden you become the top flambeau. I'm not hearing about him. What happened to him? But apparently people like that are unable to influence any positive or uplifting change and transformation within the UWP. What do you expect? Slaves are not greater than their masters. Guess who said that? A slave is not greater than his master. Jesus Christ said that. If the master insists upon being dumbed down and déclassé and infra-dig and so on, you expect those who follow him, they're going to be any better? They're not going to be any better. What we are hearing coming from the platforms of the UWP, my goodness me, life is full of surprises, but I was thinking to myself over the weekend, do you really mean there is a possibility that the people of St. Lucia could go back to vote for the United Workers' Party, to bring them back to office? I said that. And then I shook my head and I said, partner, everything is possible, Everything is possible. You may not agree with me that I'm not saying it will happen. But if the people of the United States, after all they knew, what is supposed to be the most sophisticated, the most advanced, the most learned people in the world, they went back and voted for a man after the man had been convicted of multiple felonies. This man is a criminal according to the law of they went and they voted for this man. And now the whole world is in chaos and confusion. And it can only get worse as far as I see, because this guy is not going to get better. He's not going to get better, especially when he does not seem to have a supporting cast to moderate him. And that is what I'm saying. Is that what has happened to the United Workers' Party? That Alan Shastney can never improve or get better. Because he does not have, and he has ensured that he does not have a supporting cast that can have a moderating influence upon him to make him better, to improve him, to say, boss, I don't think we should be doing that. It seemed like, according to Richard Frederick, Bradley Felix was trying to do that in the House of Assembly last week. It seemed like he was trying to do that. To try to tell Chastney, don't go there, leave that alone, whatever. Bradley insists that that isn't true, that what he walked out of was that the speaker was being unfair and so on. But if even Bradley Felix, who people consider at this time to be the next best thing to what you consider to be intelligence in the leadership echelons of the United Workers' Party, if he cannot influence his boss to be better, then my goodness, what's going on? It's 1 o'clock already, believe it or not. This is The Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters. We take a break. When we come back, hopefully you'll be ready to begin calling. And we also will be reading your messages, and both on the Facebook Live as well as the Real Issues WhatsApp group. Don't go away, back in a moment.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
3rd of March 2025. This is the Real Issues powered by Blue Waters. One message says, bro, this is the kind of people that represent the UWP. So I'm not surprised. Remember what the leader of the party come to talk about, how he held the Miku North, I think they meant how he helped the Miku North MP. So I'm not surprised. Don't be surprised that the SLP will be blamed for the loss of 3 lives on the road over the weekend. Well, the SLP has been blamed for so much. I remember there was that terrible accident many years ago, was it 2011, at Monsignor in Choiseul, where, 15 people or so at least lost their lives, and my goodness me, it was absolutely horrible the way people were trying to spin the narrative that it was some kind of obia business that was done for SLP to win the 2011 elections. And the sad thing about it is that there was a priest who was there trying to give the kind of credence to that sort of thing, giving all sorts of spiritual interjections and so on into that thing. I mean, it was just horrible. Anytime there is something in St. Lucia that it is alleged to be witchcraft or the occult or so on, there are people waiting to show that it is. But most times when you see people engage in that kind of behavior, it is what is called call them names before they call you names. Accuse them before they accuse you. Because I cannot understand, elections are won and lost by the different parties. Once one party wins, is a chembwa, is a this, is a that. This chembwa talk, we know it's old. You have a bakery and it's doing well. Is Blue Moon more you putting in it for people and this sort of thing that goes on and on. The sad thing is you never know if they're not people who in their belief in the supernatural and so on are nasty enough that they will not go and put some I don't know that it happens, but you can never put your hand in fire. But the way we take those things and we run with it and then it becomes the conversation, let's maintain our focus, people. Ask yourself, in terms of how long you have been observing governments and political parties and elections, etc., Do you know of any government that has done as much in the short time that it has done those things as the St. Lucia Labour Party led by Philip Joseph Pierre? I just want to just be honest. Sir John Compton and the UWP, they did a lot. Do you know at the pace at which things have been done, projects, programs, initiatives, things to help people, the cooking gas subsidy and all of that to lower the price and on and on and on. Too many. I suspect it makes you breathless and dizzy just trying to grasp all the things. Do you know of any administration that has moved at such breakneck and breathtaking speed to implement effectively, to carry out the kind of works and programs that the SLP under Philip JP has done? We have a caller waiting. Good afternoon, Real Issues. Hello? Hello? Okay, we lost that caller. Seems to have been somebody on a real short leash, We understand what it is like with the plan and so on, but you can WhatsApp call. Maybe the person has given it a second try and they're getting through. Good afternoon, The Real Issues, you're on the air.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello? Hi, Real Issues, are you there? Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry. My first time calling after all these years since the inception of this program. And very, very quickly, Mr. Daniel, I said from day one, I was quite in a bit despair at the manner in which from day one this present administration, they've just been policy driven. It's following politics, following governance here in St. Lucia. I have never seen it at this pace, particularly since the mid-90s. So you should probably, or persons listening were able to deduce my age saying that, mid-90s to now. But this is the first time I've seen the pace at which a particular government have kept to their policy, try to keep us true to the people. Yeah, not perfect. And what I appreciate so far is how candid, our present Prime Minister has been with us. If he said he's made a mistake, he's owned up to it. But then there's that communication, that open line with us, the population. Still, a lot can be done like anything else. A lot can still be done. But I just would like to, very quickly before I finish off, remind my fellow St. Lucians, Rome wasn't built in a day. We've traversed some very treacherous waters. Seemingly we were breathing, but then look, having to go through some more treacherous waters because what they call him Uncle Sam or whatever, further up north. If he or she sneezes, we catch that pneumonia. But for your question, lastly, in closing, I've never seen such a policy-driven government during my time thus far here in St. Lucia. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you. And before you go, let me tell you, feel free. If you believe there are ways in which the government can improve, can do better in certain areas, feel free to say so, okay? That I would like to see them improve here or do better there. This is not a place where you'll find hostility to that kind of expression. All right. We have two callers on the line. Let's take the first one. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon.
Good day, Shelton.
Molati Bomem.
Okay. Shelton, how can you form a government with this?
What's that?
You remember that phrase? Very popular. How can you form a government with this?
How are you going too fast for me?
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, with all what they were talking about last night, I don't have no policy, I don't have no programs, nothing. It was Richard Frederick, it was mudslinging.
I'm not surprised.
The viable option. Y'all want people to support you, and that's what you're coming with? Come on. This guys can become better. It just shows the type of, candidate, the type of people they are. Yeah, you want people to come and support you, and then you come with your mudslinging, you just come into politics and you're ready in the skin nastiness and all these kind of things. I'm saying to my friend, are these guys for real? I mean, the government, and I say you should. I don't know if you highlighted it in your preamble, the opening of the Larry Schultz Wellness Center.
Yes.
I say that was a promise made, and that was a promise delivered, promise kept.
And that is the thing. That is the thing of this SLP. You can look at the promises that they made. Go back to their manifesto. And realize that they have over-delivered. You can just tick off things. Promise made, promise kept. Promise made, promise kept. You can just tick them off. And the one big promise that they have made is that they're going to finish St. Jude. And it must happen in this term. That is why a lot of people are looking at that as the signature. As the signature thing to show elections will be sometime after that. But it's like they have taken themselves very seriously. Go ahead, sorry.
That's what they noticed. They noticed St. Jude's will finally come to reality. So, and he said that if St. Jude's finish, if they finish, St. Jude will finish. So that's what they know, and you can see the desperation. And one more thing, Shelton, I'm so happy to tell you that the market in Library is 99% completed. So that's something for you to look forward to, and I'm very proud as a librarian. And we are looking forward to this opening of this market for over 30 years plus.
Wow!
So that is a great achievement. So I just wanted to share this with you today.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Yeah. And I think we have another caller waiting. You said there were 2 calls? All right.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, Sheldon, I want to ask Guy Joseph if he wasn't the one that was there when they had all the materials for St. Jude, and now he's talking about St. Jude more than everybody else. Because if he have authority in this country, to just come out and say whatever we want, like people not watching him, like people not scrutinizing everything they're doing. So I want them to know that everybody watching what they're doing. And in the file he say he have against, he have with Richard Frederick and thing, he never say what the file say. He didn't explain, he didn't say anything about the file. So I was listening to him and I couldn't put my finger on anything he said that was that's about Richard Frederick, what Richard Frederick said. There was nothing to show. There was nothing to uplift, but mépriser, power, GT, and a whole heap of bullock. And for Chasney, if you don't grow up with good parents, you don't grow up with good manners, good parents, teach you what to do and the right things to do, and you have somebody like Chasney and you say you're following that man, what he have to teach us, what he have so we can fall back on to say, okay, look, this is one good thing he do. Sheldon, I am very sorry, but I think the people like Guy and Spider and all of them, I think all of these people, they just want to get inside of there because they realize the country doing very well and they want to come and destroy the good work Philip JP has been trying his best to do for us in this country, and that is what Chasney wants to come and do with his cabals, to come and destroy everything.
With his what he coming to do it? With his jabal?
Hello?
Did you say what Chasney want to come and do with his jabal?
No, not jabal, cabals.
Oh, okay, because to me, I never heard Chasney doing them kind of things, you know? Go ahead.
Yes, so I was saying, people like Spider and all of them, like Nancy, I think these people have a serious problem. And these people, like, they're running out of money. They're running out of cash. Their pocket is going low. And all they want to do is to come inside of there and take over the country. And that's what they want to do. But they have no future. They have no kind of future, no kind of plan. I have been listening to them to see if there's something coming out of them. There's nothing good coming out of these people. And what they will do is come to destroy us, just like Trump doing in America. Thank you, Sheldon. Have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you very much as well. Okay. 487-9849, the mobile number that you can WhatsApp call us on, and also 4533911, We have some improvements that we've made, so our direct line is connected directly into our console and our mixer and all of that now. So we don't have to put mic by it, so we expect better quality calls. And let me just say, Terry Fenelon, I got good news for you. Jaquan has just informed me that things have, been streamlined and gotten back to normal. So you and I can co-host again. Miguel, the same thing goes for you. Lisa Jawai, when you all want to drop in, you just have to let me know. And we now have space where we can sit side by side, at the desk, the table, and that we can do our thing together. Okay, so we have a call on the line. Real Issues, you're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon, Jason.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
One of the atrocities that needs to be highlighted when it comes to St. Jude is the decision-making process. How Chasney and his crew came to the conclusion that they needed to stop the St. Jude project and to start a whole new project, because the government need to highlight and come out and tell the people how that decision cost the government and people of St. Lucia in terms of the amount of medical equipment, scanning machines, x-ray machines, and a whole source of other machines. Because of the timeline and storage issues, a whole set of medical equipment and machines got damaged and unaccounted for. We need to know the cost. We need to know the cost of the pains, the medical pains for the hospital that just disappeared, and the tiles. How much of those things, what did it cost the country? Because this is one of the things nobody is talking about, And when we are able to see the cost that Chasney's decision cost the country in terms of millions of dollars, we will be able to see how he is a poor leader and a poor decision maker, because the amount of things that got lost and damaged, we need to know, and the government needs to come out, list them out, and tell us so that we can make a decision, about Chasney and his leadership skills. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And let me tell you something. When it comes to Guy Joseph, I don't want to say too much, but to just send out a plea, a heartfelt plea to the incumbent, Honorable Joachim Henry, and to a colleague of his who has expressed interest, the communications director, Lisa Jawai. You two, whatever the final decision becomes, whatever the outcome of the screening and runoff and whatever it is, I'm just begging you, Comrade Joachim and Comrade Lisa, please, just make sure we win that seat again. Just make sure Guy Joseph gets defeated again. Just make sure he don't get back inside there again. That's all I care about. I have no particular preference for whether it's Joachim who will run again or whether it's Lisa who will be selected as the fresh face and so on. Just make sure whatever happens, that you all keep the support, you all keep the base, you all keep the membership, you all keep the votes together and win that seat again. I had that feeling for every other seat, but you see that particular one, this is my plea to the two of you all. Whatever happens, comrades, work it out in a manner to make sure the Labour Party win that seat again. We have another caller on the line. Hi, caller. Real Issues, you're on the air.
Hi, good day. What's up?
I'm okay.
Man, I watched something on my TV last night.
Speak up a bit, you were a little muffled and low.
I watched my TV last night.
You watched your TV last night, yes? And you tune your TV to Denry North?
Yeah. Now, I watched it not because I was interested in what they were doing, you know. I was very much interested in what they were going to say or what they are saying. But then when I listened to Alan Shaftney, I said I got a lost cause. And for the first time, Library will go UWP. Sheldon, you know that place in Babylon called Plateau?
Yes. Yes,
Right?
I know. Yes, I know Plateau.
Right. It is quicker and faster and in a hurry for you to see Mount Jimmy leave Fonse Jacques and relocate in Plateau Babono. Before that happens.
You faded off a little bit. I'm not hearing you. Go ahead.
I'm saying it's quicker to see Mount Jimmy relocate from Babono
From Fonse Jacques to Plateau
Fonse Jacques
Babono.
to Plateau Babono
Than to
before
see.
Library turns UWP.
Okay.
That will never happen.
All right. Okay.
Now, let me tell you something. If that is what Shaftney is presenting as a UWP for next elections, Kwapo smoke his pipe. Because he ain't going to win that election.
So that's why you have to come and say
Because
that.
trust me,
No,
the
let me tell you why you have to come and say
they're
that.
watching and they're pissed off and they're angry. And let me tell you something. As long as there's a Guy Joseph and Alan Shaftney in that party, there is no hope for them. That's my take on that.
Okay, my friend. Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
Thank you very much. Somebody sent me a message saying that they don't really like my colors today, you know, and I think it's the yellow shirt. So you notice the yellow shirt today, but you don't notice the red tie. I have that shirt and I seldom wear it. The shirt is just there. All of the shirts getting a beating, and I say no. I can have my nice yellow shirt, you know, and then I'm hardly wearing it, so I put on my yellow shirt. But you don't notice there's a red tie either, my friend, okay? So, I'll apologize if you feel that way about the colors. I suppose you have a problem with both the red and the yellow. I don't know which one, if it's one, you didn't specify, you know, but I think I know where you're coming from. We have another call on the line. Good afternoon, The Real Issues.
Good afternoon.
Yes, how are you doing? Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel.
Yes, speak up a bit for me, please. Yeah. Good afternoon, but you're coming from very low.
Yes.
Okay, that's better. You're listening to yourself on the radio or the TV, whatever. When you get the line, lower your TV or your radio and speak to us and listen to us through the phone. It'll be better. Couldn't make it. Someone sends a message saying Guy knows a lot about demons and Chebwa. These two must pray because Guy seemed to be a chief Chebwate, but God is more powerful than all Chebwa. I do agree with that. Yes. All right, we have a caller again. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yes, it's not my first time listening to you. I am a regular listener to your program every day.
Yes.
And even to Jaim and Yadi program every morning.
Right.
Mr. Daniel, last night I had the opportunity to switch to DBS. And what I heard last night as a grown-up woman, Mr. Daniel, I am not a St. Lucian. I am a citizen of St. Lucia by marriage for 25 years. And I know politics went on in St. Lucia before, but Mr. Daniel, I have never heard nor see any nastiness like this. You mean to tell me St. Lucians people, some St. Lucians people don't have a good mind, don't have a good thinking? Look at how the country going. Look at how the country going. Things are getting better every day. And you mean to tell me these people, you launching candidates and that's what you're coming with? Everything is Richard Fredericks, this Richard Fredericks, that Richard Fredericks do? Instead of the people, I never hear one of those candidates say what they have planned for this country or what they are going to do for this country. Mr. Daniel, I have my grandchildren growing up here. And I say, Lord, I look up to heaven and I say, Lord, have mercy on St. Lucia. Because I know if these people get back into politics, Mr. Daniel, St. Lucia finish. And I know I can leave St. Lucia and go back to my country. But I'm sorry for those who would not be able to get out. So I am begging St. Lucians. I am pleading to them because these people is crime. Even the man that does have his program from America, and these people is conveying violence. Everything come out them, and then they want to put it on the Labour Party.
Yeah.
Well, tell them I say the snake, whoever they have to put against the snake is ours, and the snake is going to lance the person because I am from the snake constituency. And tell them I say the snake would give it. Tell them I say whoever come in. The woman did come the last time and we mama goy, huh? But this time we're not going to mama goy. Piss we're going to give them. So tell them, stay away. Stay away from this constituency, please. Because St. Lucia is thriving. I want better for my grandchildren. And I want better for myself. I live in here. I'm getting older every day. And tell them, Philip Jeppe is a decent man. You ever hear Philip Jeppe go on a platform and his supporter, his ministers, and behave like this? Tell them I said they finish. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, okay. Thank you so very much. Me say calls her a famous squeal wheel. When me calls her, I love that call. And the way she say, tell them I say. We had to call up, a man from Antigua, like, tell them I say I was born in the slum. All right. His name is King Short Shoot, Yes. Sir McLean Emmanuel is his name. King Short Shoot. All right, we're getting another call, I think. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues, 0 on the air. Go ahead. Okay. The person who told me they don't like my colors today sent me a follow-up message and said, one glance, I didn't even notice the tie. How can that be? How can you be looking at me, you seeing the shirt, but you're not seeing the tie? Don't try that, You, Angie, don't try that. I know why you notice one and you didn't notice the other, because one making you vex, the other one you're saying, that's okay, that's normal. We have a call on the line again. Hi, good afternoon. The Real Issues.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, you're on the air. Go ahead.
I want to ask, why is it when the CEO of Galaxy came out in the news and said that I think Secret should be opening sometime this year? Why is it that when they are also in the news giving almost 1,000 balls, I think, to Ministry of Youth and Sport? And how is it when I hear a caller called Timothy and said that they saw the CEO of Galaxy gave 400,000 to Ernest Hiller towards OKEU Hospital? Why is it when Galaxy is doing all of this is when the former Prime Minister feels he has to go to court now to stop everything?
Yeah. You see, the former Prime Minister is one of the biggest hypocrites and double speakers, and one guy where it was right when I was in office and it was done under my government, but everything is wrong. The former Prime Minister is the one who brought Galaxy here. Yes. Almost all, if not all, the things he's complaining about Galaxy were things that were entered into contracts and agreements under his administration. The former Prime Minister does not want to see, not the Labour Party, because Labour Party and themselves, they benefiting, whether by new building or anything. He does not want to see St. Lucia do well while the SLP is in charge, because in his mind, it will make the SLP look good and hurt his chances of becoming re-elected. So he doesn't mind what he has to do to throw a spanner in the works, to monkey wrench everything, to take things to court, to throw everything up in the air, to put the parliament in uproar all the time. This is what Alan Chasney is about. The man does not have the good and the well-being of St. Lucia and the welfare of its people at heart. It's about him. It's about the glory of being Prime Minister and holding the office, even though when he holds the office is not for foolishness he done. We're still trying to fix it to this day. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, and another thing I need to say is CEO Williams promised that the road would be finished by March. We are in March. They're supposed to be working from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. My sister have driven me on that road December, January, February. Nothing is being done past the tunnel, first tunnel going down south. No work is being done. It's a deliberate thing those people are doing. This is a road leading to a hospital. Sometimes you're driving people, and sometimes you're not even supposed to shake too much and all sorts. And yet you have C.O. Williams and even the other set. They just do nothing. It's like you can talk from now, the minister can talk from now, and they couldn't care less.
Haven't you heard me talk about that road non-stop for 2 years now? I call it the Forever Road.
They're just being malicious, I would say, and it's time some action be taken because it cannot go on like that. You're not supposed to finish in March, no effort. Up to 2 weeks ago, past there to go to OKE and nobody's on site. I'm asking my sister, nobody on site doing work, nothing.
Thank you very much, caller. I think I've vented about that road more than enough. This is The Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters. We take one final call this segment, and then we'll go for the break and come back for more. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. How do you do?
I'm doing okay, and you?
Yes, not bad. I'm just going to take 3 seconds.
Time up.
This foreign lady, this lady who is St. Lucian by status.
Who St. Lucia vice what?
Said by status.
Okay.
Said she's a Lucian because she's married to a Lucian. She have said what she had to say. So if a foreigner can tell St. Lucians, tighten the belt, think straight, do what's right, I don't have anything to tell them. I rest my case because if she see things are going good, St. Lucians, I have nothing to say. Listen to the lady. Have a good day, Peter.
All right, thank you very much. Let's go for the break. And when we come back, we'll be taking more of your calls and messages on The Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Thank you for staying with The Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters, on this Monday, the 3rd of March, 2025, with me, Shelton Daniel, accompanied by our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. Good afternoon to my friend Vincent, and that is how he spells it, Vincent. And he says, sure, my brother, this is where I am voting. And I think he's referring to Dennery North. So he's a St. Lucian residing overseas, and really appreciate always hearing from you. Good afternoon to your caller. You're on the air. Go ahead. Hi, caller. Are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Hearing you now. I wasn't hearing you.
Sheldon?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you, Sheldon.
Mm.
It's time for the Prime Minister. I'm referring to Minister Frederick, Minister King, all the ministers.
Mm.
Go to cabinet and pass a law that if you're born in St. Lucia, you cannot be in the House of Parliament in St. Lucia. Right? You cannot be a member of Parliament. That kind of thing is only in St. Lucia that happening.
Yeah.
It's time for that thing to stop. I want them to go and do something about it. You know? It's time for something to be done about that, man.
Okay.
That's my contribution this afternoon.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. All right. Let me see. Someone else says, these callers are so passionate, it brings tears to one's eyes. All right. Let me see who else. Another one says, good afternoon. Yes, I listened to a recording from my friend's phone. The voice sounds like the PM's own, where he says he knows he will lose the elections. But I don't believe that is the PM saying that. Oh man, it's something they call what, AI? Yeah. Artificial intelligence. Now that they can make anybody seem to be saying anything, with computer, generated voices and so on. And the person adds, so true, I want Shas to lose his seat. I listen to these morons, a whole set of liars and thieves. We continue taking your calls on today's Real Issues. 487-9849, the mobile number on which you can WhatsApp call us, and you can also reach us on the landline, the regular landline, 4533-911. Don't forget, I sent a shout out to Terry Fenelo, Miguel Fevrier, Lisa Jawahi. No, I should put the lady first. What am I doing? To Lisa Jawahi, Terry Fenelo, Miguel Fevrier. That, we're back in business where the setup is concerned. Remember, I told you that consequent on our shifting to a new building, having to set up the studios and so on. We didn't have everything all ready for having co-hosting and so on, that I had to go solo because of the way we had things arranged, the seating, the microphones, the telephones and so on. But we have it back. So Terry, you just let me know when you're available, Lisa, Miguel, and then we can be doing our thing again. All right, Miguel sends a message instantly, says noted with glee. All right, I figured that you'd say that. Happy that you still have the enthusiasm for it. People, it's amazing, when I tell you UWP behave like they don't have talking points. But we have a caller on the line, do we? All right. Okay, it's saying Real Issues live caller 4533-911. You sure know that? I'm seeing something there. Okay, sorry about that. Richard Frederick. You're coming with that at a time when Richard Frederick, things are going so good for him. It's many years that Richard Frederick was, as he would say, buried alive. The man was a bad low with that visa revocation. He decided to sit out an entire term and don't contest the seat. He came back with, like an absolute hurricane, like a storm, buried alive, but I'm still breathing. Well, he was not buried alive anymore. He was back at full rev and so on. The United States has restored the man's visas to him. So he's not under any kind of visa revocation. He's traveled to USA. And by the way, Richard won't be on Thursday. He has asked me and Albert Fregis to hold the program. So I'm telling you in advance that it will be Albert Fregis and myself co-hosting Can I Help You? Not with Richard Frederick, but for Richard Frederick. He's got to travel to, some other country, I think, where his daughter is studying. To attend. I'm telling you all of that because Richard is like that. He has nothing to hide. He comes up front when he tells you he doesn't know why his visa, no reason has ever been given to him as to why his visa was revoked and so on. The visas have been restored. I don't know why it's now, but you see, they were relying on the visa, him not having a visa, that they can use that as the mepui against him. Now that the visa has been restored, they don't have that. They're trying all kinds of things, corruption about Bannon land that he sold to a non-entity for less than the price of what it had been appraised for. And, they on and on and on and on they're going because they don't have the visa thing anymore. They're wrong-footed, they're flat-footed, they're off-balance on Richard Frederick. So now it's a continuous Mepui and Powell JT that they have to go. So, what else is new? Ernest Hilaire, they got blows on that Range Rover thing. So now they're trying to make it look that Ernest Hilaire pocketed $1.2 billion or that amount of money more. They have had statements and clarifications. Now he wants to go to court with it. The same thing, he pushed Martinez in front. The Martinez thing flopped. So now he's going to take it on for himself or by himself. Alan Chasnier realized the lawyers are just eating his money, but he has so much money, it doesn't matter, I suppose, Lawyers he just given to eat his money that he could be using to help some serious development and help people and so on in his constituency in particular, which has to be underrepresented. The man is walking out of parliament every time. You never heard a man fighting or advocating for Miku South. You never heard a man come in and say, look, you want to put pressure on Richard Frederick. Tell Richard Frederick as Minister of Housing, we need some housing projects or something like that, or some local government initiatives or whatever it is in Miku South. Put pressure on him for that as the minister. But you know what you're afraid of? If Richard Frederick were to do the things that you say you want done and so on, and to really expedite and implement them with the efficiency that he's known for, that will be curtains for you next election, because Richard and the party that he is serving with, the St. Lucia Labour Party and so on, it will be too much a feather in the cap. So you prefer not to push at Richard Frederick and other ministers to do developmental and infrastructural works in Miku South, because you believe if they do that, it's going to give too much momentum to the Labour Party. So you're there doing all kinds of mischief and theatrics and all kinds of antics in the parliament, as opposed to pushing for true improvement in the lives of your constituents. Election time, you're counting on, you'll come, you'll spend the money that you have, humongous amounts of it and so on, and just spray it around, and you'll be able to buy another election. Because that's the only thing that saves your tail in Miku South. Your money that you have, that you spend, that you come, and you vaguely people with it. If it were to come to actual performance and etc., you don't stand a chance, but then maybe you serve a good purpose, keeping you there, even though you really, 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 have not made any meaningful impact on or difference to the lives of the people of Miku South. You haven't, Alan Chasney, and you know it. You're all into your antics and your theatrics and your dramatics. That's all you're concerned about. We still have time to take some more calls. 487-9849 is the WhatsApp line number that you can call us on, and also 4533911, the landline number. Repeating, we're going to be
Hello?
Albert Fregis and I co-hosting Can I Help You on Thursday, as Honorable Richard Frederick will be out of state. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Hi, good day, Shelton.
Hi, good day to you.
Shelton, I'm doing something that my children and my husband have forbids me to do. I'm calling this show, and I'm going to say who I am. My name is Lydia Faisal.
Did you say your children and your boyfriend have forbidden you to do?
Pardon?
Did you say that's something that your children and your boyfriend have forbidden you to do?
My children and my husband, I said I don't have a boyfriend.
Okay, because I will tell you, take that back. Go right ahead, Lydia. Just kidding.
You see, Shelton, I am totally, I'm totally discombobulated by what is happening in St. Lucia now in the name of politics, Shelton. I do not understand the man that they call Alan Chasney, that I used to have some respect for. when I see what he's up to, Shelton, I am very concerned. I am very concerned that he is using my brother Richard Frederick as the scapegoat for his desperation. Okay, Richard has a show, and unfortunately for him, people listen to the show. I believe it is one of the most watched shows on the island.
This is out and far beyond the most popular show in St. Lucia, and I suppose in many other places where it is listened to. Go ahead.
So what he had, I believe, I also heard Richard say, I listened to him one time and I heard him say that the UWT's own polls showed that this show was detrimental to their chances of re-election. So what Shasney, I'm not calling him Mr. Shasney, what Shasney is now doing is to give the people of St. Lucia live wire current to go out there and to repeat the pappy show he's talking about Richard Frederick. I want Mr. Shasney or Alan Shasney or Shasney to come and prove one little iota of all the pappy show he's talking. I remember the days when he used to come to Martin Deriso and go and receive Holy Communion and come and shake people's hands, right? Come and take Holy Communion and shake people's hands. Real true Christians who believe in God do not behave like this. I want to tell him that. I want to tell him you cannot be in the church going and receive Holy Communion on Sunday, and then when you finish on the Monday and Tuesday, you're out lying to people and you're inciting people to go and say stuff that you cannot prove and they cannot prove. But just because you want to get into power by any means necessary, you will say it anyway. So they'll bring you to court, you'll go and pay whatever they charge you, and you'll keep repeating it. But I want him to know that Fredericks never fail. That's the motto our father taught us. That's the motto our father taught us. Fredericks never fail. We are a resilient bunch. We can take and take and take Shelton, but we never fail in Jesus' name. So I want Mr. Shasney to know that when he attacks Richard, he attacks a family of about 10 of us. But you know what? What he does, what he cannot do, we can do it. We have more live wire than him. We connected to God directly. I don't know who is connected to, but we have a main switch to God. So when we pray, our prayers are heard. I don't know where he's going, because I heard him say the Our Father the other day, and he couldn't say it properly. We have known to say that since we were 4 years old. I want him to know today that if he is going to try to win an election by inciting lies, spreading propaganda, he will never win based on that. Because God does not like ugly. If you want to win, you have to come clean. Richard Frederick has done something wrong in office. You put the papers out, you show the papers, and you put it out and you deal with him. But you don't come and call him names, accuse him of crimes he never committed, accuse him of things he has never done, and you know they are not true. But just because you have a bunch of gullible people following you, everything you say is true, they will repeat it, and you know that very well. So I want him to know that the very same pit he's digging, all of the things he's saying, he is going to fall in it, and it will not take time. He will fall in the pit he's digging. It's the law of nature, the law of karma. Because he knows very well he's paying people to put posts out, to make calypso, to do all kinds of things. But Mr. Shasney, tell me which war Satan has ever won between him and God. Which time Satan ever won? I want him to tell me. Because he's doing the works of Satan in what he's doing there. He can never win based on the works of Satan. And that's the message I want to leave with him today.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Miss Lydia Faisal, sister of Honorable Richard Frederick and an attorney at law herself. Talking about Alan Shasney and religion, I do not ever want to step into that zone of pronouncing on people's genuineness when it comes. But haven't you noticed how Donald Trump, a man who just a few years or a short time before always seemed to be the kind of liberal guy who don't really care about religion. It's about his business and his money and his billions and success, and hosting things that is Trump Hotel and whatever, Trump Plaza, or, boxing matches and wrestling thing close to Vince McMahon. The guy with girlfriends and women and all this kind of. And all of a sudden, when he got into the politics, Trump did the calculation that if he wants to win over the Republicans, he has to win over the right-wing evangelical in America. And Trump has become, a Christian kind of fella and so on, who's pushing back against this transgender and homosexual thing. He's positioning himself in the place where it's politically advantageous. Likewise, that's my view of it. I could be wrong with Alan Chastney. And Alan Chastney was, to me, a guy who never sounded like he was anything but indifferent about religion and Christianity. But also he understands that the UWP has traditionally tried to associate itself with conservatism and religious conservatism and values and so on. And Alan Chastney goes to church and maybe just to see that he positions himself in a manner that is just like Trump, politically advantageous. That's the way I see it, But like I say, I don't want to pronounce on the genuineness of people. Maybe he's had a genuine conversion experience and so on. And it's not for me to say whether he's here. We have a call on the line. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel.
Hi,
good afternoon to the listeners.
Yeah.
You're on the air. I've been missing in action for a while in the chat room.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Ahead. Don't wait for me to say anything. Just go ahead and make your contribution.
Okay, Shelton. Well, we heard that Jenin Compton said that Sapa Flambeau, this is not a father's party. We are echoed by the Alcindor lady and Stevenson King. What we're seeing right now there, can we really form a government with this?
First Bousquet.
Yeah, Bousquet said that. And to me, these guys has nothing substantial to offer to the country. It's like a make-we thing which our children are watching. I wonder how the real Flambeaus that follow Chastney guy and these people feel.
They might hold back and stand far off for a while. But like I said last week, Flambeaus, I don't know how you determine if they're real or not. Flambeaus generally are people who tend to bury and ignore and push aside their doubts and their misgivings and so on. When election time comes, only one thing matters to them: to give Labour a black eye, to pity Telshoy Labour. And even if they may not be happy with Allen, you'll hear them, criticizing him and say, I ain't voting. Once it's shasted that day, when the day of election comes, partner, you can't leave a bonnet Helmer for them to be the first on that line to go and vote, and it ain't necessarily Labour they're going to vote and so on. It's just the thing about Flambeau, the yellow, the party, when it takes possession of them and they just want to see. So I would say, don't ever take that for granted. Do your work, do your campaigning, do your canvassing, do whatever you have to do, house to house, talk to people, persuade people and all of that, and don't take for granted that Flambeaus, because they turned off by Alan Chastney, that they will, one, either stay away from voting or vote for Labour. It happens, it does happen. I'm sure last election, a lot of Flambeaus voted for Labour and so on. But it is not something to be taken for granted. Go ahead.
I am certainly not taking it for granted, but the government should also be very careful too, because I witnessed an election during the week there, last week Wednesday to be precise, and the incumbent government was doing so much work. They developed the country, and the overseas vote came in and then vote them out.
Where was
that?
So
we need to be very vigilant.
Where was that? Anguilla?
Anguilla.
Oh, okay.
To be Anguilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my friend.
That's my contribution.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. What I would say, the Labour Party is so driven, powered by its desire to deliver, especially deliver on the promises that it made, on the things that it told the people. I don't know whether you can have your head down so much in doing work that you can perhaps neglect relationships. Now, that is not something so much from the governmental side. That is something more the party side has to be doing, to make sure that you don't allow your relationships suffer. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you're doing for people, the road you build for them, they still have this thing where they want to see you. They still have this thing where they want to see you. You swing by them and you stop to say hello and you, whatever it is and so on, and have a brief chat with them. Now, it's extremely difficult to do that when you have the reins of government and, the business of the country on your shoulders. This is what, and I'm not saying it's happening, I'm just saying, just be careful that you're not overperforming where being the government and the ministries and the cabinet is concerned, at the matter of relationship. And there are some people who have this little, I don't know what it is, if it's insecurity, if it's whatever, they always like to know that they're special, that an arm is put around them, that they press the flesh with somebody. If not, they believe you distant, they believe you arrogant, they believe you detached and all this kind of thing. They have this little thing about them. So try not to let, I don't know, even in my little humble role as a talk show host, people meet you and they want to have a chat and you tell them you're in a hurry and you can almost see the expression on their face that they took offense at it, that there they come in with all this enthusiasm. I listen to your program every day, Mr. Daniel, whatever, and you don't seem to have, and sometimes it's just, you just don't have the time. It's just impossible. There's just a lot to do. The time that I spend on air is a minuscule thing. I walk in here almost on the nick of time, and it's because before I come here, I want to watch our lunchtime news. You want to make sure this last little thing that you have it, properly aligned and so on, that you have the facts right and you have the information correctly, and some last calls that come in. Well, of course, some friends of mine have this habit where they always want to be calling me, 12:20, 12:25 and so on. Depends on who it is. You tell yourself it may just be an important thing and you want to take it and so on. But that is what I would say. Government, when it comes to performance, when it comes to delivering, when it comes to promises made and promises kept, I think you have not just performed and delivered, you have overperformed and over-delivered. But just be careful. People can be funny. And like this gentleman was saying, the diaspora thing, your people in Canada, because people are spreading misinformation. There's some people who specialize in that. If you go and you tell them, boy, look at all the things that Philip J. Pierre and his government have delivered. The infrastructure works out. And they put on this knowing little smirk, on their face. One thing, Philip J. Pierre, well, fooling you all. There's that kind of thing in this day where you always plant doubt in people's minds. Philip J. Pierre more fooling you all. You're letting Philip J. Pierre fool you all. Who the government think they're fooling? They can't tell you what the fooling is, But just by this little knowing smirk, there's something you don't figure out. You know what I've mentioned before, the talking snake thing, has God really said that you should not eat of the fruit? Are you sure you heard him right? You begin the process by saying that maybe it was miscommunicated, maybe you didn't understand. And then you plant doubt in the person's mind, including about whether they heard or understood that well. And then you come down with the hammer. It's not true. He believed that if you do that you'll get better than him, that you'll be able to test him. And he don't want you to reach the same level. And I can tell you things that will make you at a level. The same thing we saw in that Star Wars movie, the young Anakin Skywalker being told that, his coach and mentor, Obi-Wan, was holding him back because he saw the potential in him to be the greatest of all the Jedis and he don't want him to surpass him. And you put that in there. Well, this thing is the same thing that's going on, the talking snake, Philip J. Pierre, il ka applique non, but yo ka we chimé on sav, yo ka we l'hôpital là on sav, yo ka we puis gas là pa cooking gas là pa koite on sav, yo ka we universal health care yo pa pour payer, yo ka we bonus là yo buy public servants là, yo ka we $500 là yo buy pensioners là, yo ka we tout ça on sav, mais yo still ka mettre en leader because on moun planté qui yo sav, c'est un couillonnade qui ka aller là, qui pas le couillonnade ça mettez là en poche pour ça dépasser. Anyway folks, that'll do it today for the Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters. Thank you very much, Jaquan, for another great job. Thank you, people who called, who messaged. Those of you on the Facebook Live, I really wanted to come there, but the time always goes by so quickly. God willing, all things equal, we'll do it again tomorrow, same time from 12:30 until 2 on the radio station Real FM, on NBC Television, and on Facebook and YouTube live streaming. Shelton Daniel signing out.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood,